but I don't know what came about. I forgot I was in Sunday school. I come, and I just, with every bit of me, I just ran, I shoved him. Look at the front. Screamed at him. And he just like, and then he just sat at the front. And I'm like, oh, good. And then straight away, the second the course came around, Joy, he screamed again. And I go, that's it. I better walk away because I'm going to kill him.
You keep those headphones on the entire time. You don't take them off.
I look like a spastic.
That's your fault.
That's without the headphones.
Yeah. But now I look like a spastic with headphones, with one ear working. This one.
They don't know that.
I don't know that, actually.
All right, Joe, let's get started, bro. What is happening, ladies and gents? Welcome to another episode of Have a Chat with Ray and Stat. I'm Ray, sitting right next to me, Stat.
Sure.
What's happening, brother?
Oh, well, mate, how are you?
Living the dream. And we have, as always, Joey joining us. Joey?
Ciao, Slave.
Ciao, Slave.
I don't know if I
Italian.
like that or I prefer...
Konnichiwa. Marhaba.
Okay. No, I'm just getting used to this. I'm still not used to you being very vibrant when we start off.
I don't know if I prefer him being vibrant or him just going...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put the headphones
Come on,
back on.
please. The one ear works. Why do I have them both on?
And we're so excited because he finally said yes. It's taken us 2.5 years, but Shaun is on the podcast. Welcome, Shaun Walker.
Hello. It does not feel good to be here.
I love the honesty.
No, that's what you get from your number one fan.
And that's the surprising thing. You know, but you being our number one fan and you haven't been on the podcast yet.
Yeah, no.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here. It actually is
sure?
good to be here.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is it weird that you've gone from like being the biggest fan to now being on the potty?
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Very nerve-wracking
Why?
because I don't want to say something that I'm going to regret already on the way home.
I've regretted everything that's ever come out of my mouth.
You don't come on the podcast saying stuff you don't regret. It's all regret.
Thank you. Thank you for your honesty.
This is all regrets. It's all
glad.
regret.
I'm
But
glad.
Listen, we decided to bring you on the show because, mate, we hit some milestones.
And I'm very, very happy for you.
Stato, we hit some milestones, bro.
Yeah, we did, mate. We're superstars now. We're popular. That's the best.
Stat's been acting like he's too good to talk to anyone for the last 3 weeks.
3 years.
Okay.
Since our inception. 28. Since our inception.
But listen, ladies and gents, thank you so much. We hit 1,000 subscribers. We appreciate it. If you haven't checked out that video, just check out the video here, wherever we're gonna put it on the screen.
Oh, yeah. I'd hope so. It'd be really good if you're just pointing around and just not doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, we hit 1,000 subscribers, and Shaun made me a promise many a year ago, saying that if we ever hit 1,000 subscribers, he would jump onto the podcast.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. And you jumped from 406 to 407 because that was my wife and my dad, to then the next day 700 plus, and then I'm like, no, I'm not ready. To the next day over 1,000,
That's exactly right.
and now you got 1,200 subscribers. I'm very, very, very happy for you boys.
Oh, I got to say, it's quick turnaround. I just reminiscing on the last podcast we did with Andrew, and he gave you a little shout out to you saying you got to jump on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's like the quickest turnaround time we've had in terms of guests actually coming onto the podcast after they've been called out.
Hey, say what you
Yeah.
will, Andrew gets the job done.
He does.
He did
Bro,
well.
he just told me and talked to me that he got him to church, and now he's got him on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm very big.
That is
on-
DOS from DOS.
That's
I'm-
impressive.
I fall into peer pressure with Andrew,
Andrew controls you.
pretty much.
Controller. Can't wear this. I can't do this. I quit.
Put the
I can't do it.
headphones. All right, Joe.
You should storm off.
If there is ever a point where Goose is not able to be heard, he puts the headphones back on.
Done.
So you control that.
I can't.
Oh yeah. By the way, we got Joseph being
Nice.
able. We got Joseph a microphone. He can be heard now.
Hello.
Joe's not recording audio, so he won't know.
Yeah,
That's
Joseph,
true.
is the audio on?
This is a podcast for deaf people.
It is definitely on.
That's very good.
I have no
What does it
idea.
mean?
Huh?
I'm very thankful, Joseph, to
Oh, that's not nice.
screen because that was so offensive to deaf people.
Was it? That's Naruto, bro. That's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then all right, fair
No,
enough.
I just asked you what it
What
was.
do
You
you
said
think
you
I'm
had no idea. And how in 4 seconds you come up with Naruto?
no. It is Naruto.
Okay.
It's jiu-jitsu, bro. It's Naruto. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah,
Don't try to talk to me anime.
Let's not bother with that because we've got some real stuff to talk about today,
Oh,
this
it's
morning,
offensive.
this evening, whenever you're watching this thing. We have a lot of announcements, and Shaun, that's why I wanted you on the show. We've got a bunch of announcements.
I'm very glad.
We've got a lot of changes coming up. Very exciting changes. Very cool stuff.
Yep.
Very exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, we have decided, well, I have decided to open up a brand new company, a brand new business called Have a Chat Productions. It's your turn. You want to do a podcast? You want to film something for your business, for your workplace, whatever it might be, give us a call and we'll help you get it done. You need the equipment, we'll sort it out. No worries at all. You need editing work, we'll sort that out. Any video production you want, we have got it covered, and that is Have a Chat Productions. This is some exciting new stuff.
Yeah, it is, mate. It's venturing out a little bit.
Venturing
Sure,
out.
look at us. We get a K subscribers and we change our whole kind of thing that we got going on.
And we changed everything. We even changed the channel.
We did.
Like, ladies and gents, if you haven't noticed, the channel is now Have a Chat Productions.
Yes.
And this is our mainstay podcast. It's our main podcast.
Imagine what happens if we get to 2K.
Bro, big things. Big things. I'm negotiating right now with the...
We'll have to move to a different country.
yeah, I'm negotiating right now with the owner of League Chat with the Stat.
Yeah.
To see if we can bring that back. And maybe bring her over to Have a Chat Productions. We're seeing what's happening. We're seeing what's going on.
Yeah, but look, the big fella, he's a little busy nowadays, so you have to book in some meetings.
He's very busy.
He's always been busy, mate.
He's always busy.
10 years, 15, 28, always busy, mate.
Doesn't matter either way. Ladies and gents, we hope you're excited for the next part of this journey, because we're as excited as it gets. Shaun, you're our favourite subscriber. You're our favourite listener. You've listened to literally everything and you've watched everything we've ever put out. What do you think when you see all these new
Honestly,
things?
I'm very impressed. So I had some time today to rewatch your first few episodes and to just see where you started off in the garage.
Yeah.
Okay, to then all of the other changes, the set changes and everything, and now you're here with over 1,000 subscribers. I'm very impressed.
Thanks, Shaun.
Thanks, Shaun.
Why do you love the podcast so much? That
What
you've
is-
watched every episode and you continuously like follow it like to the T. Look, usually it's a bit of a negative, like why would we ask our fans that? But I'm genuinely like wanting to know, what is it about the show that you're so obsessed about?
No, honestly, it's I know you guys, I know the stories, but I think, for me, I do a lot of driving, and so I've wanted to change my music listening habits to more positive things, like podcasts and things like that. And I fell in love with the podcast, in all honesty, during lockdown, because it was going on in the background while I was doing work. And it was so easy to listen to, and it was a fun distraction where I was like, oh, this is brilliant. Like, thank you. We've got some pterodactyls in the back.
Yeah, sorry.
Birds here are horrendous.
That's all right. But yeah, like, it was just a fun podcast that I could listen to and not necessarily have to pay a whole ton of attention to be able to get the jokes. You know what I mean? So it was a nice, easy listening.
Hey,
That was beautiful, bro.
that's very honest. That's straight from the
That
heart.
was very nice.
Honestly. Oh, let's not talk about souls.
I forgot you have one. You don't have one. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
That's true.
I won't lie, Joey. I think you said something to Shaun, but I couldn't hear. You got to put the headphones on.
Wow.
How about a what, Joseph? How about a what?
How about you're
Put the
right?
headphones on.
Put the headphones on,
Put the
chief.
headphones on. There we go.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm sorry.
You're not sorry yet.
So, ladies and gents, if you'd like any podcast work or any film production work done whatsoever, get in contact with me, DM us, comment down in the comments section. I don't know. Get in contact with us. We'll sort something
It's
out.
going down in the DMs.
It's happening in the DMs, yeah.
we get some funny comments. Let me tell you,
Bro.
we get some very funny comments that come through.
Bro, what was that one from last week? That ruined me.
Yeah, apparently we're not Christians because we celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah, we're child of Satan. We're children of
Yeah,
Satan.
he called us the child of Satan.
Well, my dad thinks I'm going to hell because I like drums at a wedding.
That's fair. But this guy actually called it, was it you or me? The
Yeah, that was
child
me.
of Satan.
Yeah.
Okay, can you
But
blame
to be
me?
fair, I've also been called Judas in the past, so I think it just adds to the list
It's a trend.
of.
It's probably
I
the
think it
same
just adds to the
person.
list of nicknames that I've gotten over the past couple of years. So look, but keep commenting. I think the comments are very fun. And let
comments
me
are
tell you, it's a good laugh.
We have a great laugh. We share a lot of very funny ha-has when those come through.
Yeah, it's
good.
hilarious.
It's
So
good. Yeah. Anyway, so that's one of the great changes that we got coming up. I'm very excited about it. This is our official, I guess, announcement of it. So
It's very exciting.
yeah, we'll see what happens in the coming year. It's exciting stuff. It's cool stuff. It's good. But Stat, you know me. I like to be busy. That would one of the reasons I got the idea of the company is because I like to be busy. I don't like sitting around and doing nothing. But the problem with that is that I need a lot of caffeine to do it.
Yeah.
Right. I'm a 3-4 coffee drinker a day.
It's a lot of coffee.
I have a lot of coffee, bro. It's
A lot of coffee,
It's
yeah.
coffee or it's energy drinks. Like I'm a big caffeine taker because I'm just constantly tired. I'm a gronk.
You know what you should try, bro? Try juice. That's what you should try.
I've tried juice. I used to do juice all the time. Doesn't work. That's not juice, buddy.
It's not?
Yeah. You see, you tried to segue it and it didn't work out. I
What
was
is it?
segueing it fine, but it didn't work out with
What
you,
is
bud. Don't try to segue my segue. You know what I tried? I tried this stuff, bro. Boys, take one of these.
If it's juice,
I tried these things, right? They're called Magic Mind. Now, Magic Mind got in contact with us. They told us about their product, and
Yes.
they sent us some out. And boys, I gotta tell you, for the week that I tried them, it took me down from 3 coffees to 1 coffee.
That's impressive.
I took it with my morning coffee, like next to it, and it was very, very good. It's got some stuff in it. What's it got in it? It's got
it's got juice.
matcha, nootropics, adaptogens, and immunity. I don't know what those are, but they've got to be healthy for you because a drink this green cannot be unhealthy. Now, I've tried it. I like it. I'd like to see what you guys think, especially you, Shaun. Yeah, I'd like to see what you guys think.
Great.
It's going to be interesting.
Listen,
Go for it.
I'm a juice connoisseur, and this looks.
Goose is a juice connoisseur. I've never seen anyone drink as many juices as Goose.
I'm telling you, it's juice.
That's why I call him Juice.
All right, just going to swing the marquee.
Sahtan.
Quick to the left, 1 sec.
Sahtan.
Sahtan.
Salute.
Okay.
Cheers.
That's very good.
It's got a sour taste to it.
That's beautiful.
Oh, what do you think?
Yeah. Whoa.
It's got
Not
a
as
kick.
bad as, yeah. Not as bad as I thought.
You thought it was going to be horrendous, right?
Yeah, because usually these things.
Yeah,
usually
usually,
taste
remember the
nice.
one we took at UFC gym?
Yeah,
That one knocked us out.
My eyes swell up. Yeah,
Yeah. This isn't that bad. And bro, I got to tell you,
it's very nice.
very nice, and I thought it worked. I really did. Ladies and gents, thankfully, and only 3 grams of sugar. There you go. I didn't even know that.
Look at that. Do more, stress less.
Do more, stress less. I like that. It's a
motto.
productivity shot. So, ladies and gents, listen. You want to try this stuff and get this in your system as well? Magic Mind's actually partnered with us.
Yep.
They've provided all of our Have a Chat listeners with a discount. So, if you'd like to get a 20% off discount, it's Have a Chat 20. That is our discount code, or you can just click the link in the description and get your Magic Mind delivered straight to your door, boys. I like it.
Hey,
Very good.
don't walk, run.
Yeah.
Don't run, fly.
Wow.
Grab them
And Magic Mind will make you fly, Goose.
because it's juice.
I love how
Fly.
in the 1 second you've had it, it's already boosted your energy and a little bit of your focus.
I know, bro. I'm buzzing.
His pupils are dilating. He's freaking out.
It's working wonders already.
But it's not bad, right?
Yeah.
It's very
It's actually, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, ladies and
actually
gents,
Dir Tyberg. Dir.
Magic Mind. Yeah, go check it out. Check them out. Just send them some love. They've shown us some love, and yeah, see if that works for you. I like
Good.
it.
Yeah. Thanks, Magic One.
Yeah. Thank you, Magic Mind. Appreciate this.
Very good. Sean. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What made you become friends with Andrew in school?
I was,
He shared this story on Talk to Me.
Yeah. Because
Considering it was just recorded and I wasn't here for it,
No, no, no,
I'm
that's-
going to get you to
that's
repeat a bit
It's
of your talk to me.
absolutely.
a second.
look,
Well,
I'll-
Talk to Me is going to come out after Have a Chat.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. In high school, year 9, 10.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Sorry, Sean.
there's just so much eye candy going on. What
is happening?
So much fan service.
What I just saw today.
I thought you'd be able to keep it together, but clearly you couldn't.
Oh, bro, how can we get it together?
You guys have.
Yeah, look, you know what, Sean? Sorry, mate. I'll let you get back to it. So, when you ready?
Yeah. Just give me 10 minutes.
Yeah. I'll give you 15.
Okay. Yeah, year 9, 10, I hated his guts. It was all because of handball. And
Oh,
then year 11, we had 5 out of our 6 subjects together. And I was like, oh, maybe he's somewhat decent. And then seeing him in class, he actually was decent. Because my grade were very, very unique. And
Very good.
so to have someone like Andrew in most of my classes was just a huge relief. And yeah, we kind of just got to know each other, and I realised he's a decent bloke.
There you go. Andros.
Yep. And then he invited me to church. I started coming to church, and that's where I met my wife. So I owe Andrew a lot.
Yeah, there you go. So let me ask you, what was your first impression of our church?
I loved it. In all honesty.
Yeah, because I don't think I've ever asked
You should really listen to Talk to Me.
It's not out here. How are we supposed
This
to
is the same line.
what I mean?
It's the same line of questioning I took.
How are we
Is
supposed to
it?
know?
But you know what? Give them a little sneak peek. What if they can't want to talk to me later and they just get a bit of sneak peek now?
Yeah, que tá, mas
So,
veio
yeah,
tão
yeah.
tempo,
It's
you
it,
know?
yeah. Change the taste of our mouth, like the
Yeah.
magic one.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Beautiful.
No.
I don't know why we're laughing. I don't know what's going on.
You're very good. You're very
I'm just curious because I've actually never asked you.
Yeah.
In our many years of friendship, I've never asked you.
No, I was very impressed, if I'm being honest. I was saying to Ray before that what really spoke to me was just how welcoming everyone was. You know, like I knew a lot of people anyway from school, and there were people that I actually spoke to at school. So it wasn't that awkward. Oh, I know you, but I don't. You know, like we don't like each other or anything. Like there was none of that. So when I first started coming, it was epic. And hearing Mark speak, it was also different to be able to hear as a teenager the gospel being taught in a way that is very practical. You know, just like understanding that this is real life. This is what you're going to be around as you guys get older. This is what you need to be prepared for and how you prepare for it. So just having proper, biblical lessons like that was a huge positive for me to fall in love with God's word.
Because you guys went to school together, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So he would have been one of those guys that you said that was made you comfortable or not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. As soon as I walked in, there was just this warm greeting from everybody from school and even from people that I didn't know. So it was really, really positive. It was a lot nicer than, another youth group that I'd just been attending for ages, for over a year. And in that first night, I received more care than I had from this other one in over a year of attending every week. So yeah, it was really good.
Because I, from what I can recall, I don't think we ever spoke in school prior to you coming to our church.
No.
Oh, really? There was no back or forth at all?
No, I don't
No
think so.
highs, nothing
Like
like
if I saw Andrew maybe and I would have
Okay.
seen Shaun, maybe a hello, but I genuinely can't recall if there was ever a time we actually hung out prior to you coming to our church.
Definitely not.
Sean, I was at your graduation.
Yes, where I mistakenly...
You gotta tell that story.
Yes.
You gotta tell that story.
Well, yeah, so I was asked to share a speech at my Year 12 graduation, and I thought, you know what, it's a Christian school, I'll start it off in prayer, go to a really positive start. And just as I'm finishing up, I end up saying, and thank you, sir, and then I realised, and in the middle of my prayer, I stop and I start laughing, and it just makes it worse, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, God, and then I finished, and yeah, it was something that's haunted me ever since.
Oh, man.
Which was not a lot of fun.
I can recall being on the far right hand side of the hall in a row of like maybe 2-3 of our group,
Yeah.
laughing. We were in hysterics. During the prayer after, and we're like, the second we see Shaun off that stage and he comes to us, we're going to remind him immediately.
I'm gonna blast him.
Yeah, every now and again, I see the memory on Facebook where it says, thank you, sir. It was Andrew.
Yep.
It's anything, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Mate, it's just gold.
It was great, and I was already put off by the fact that the wall behind me was orange. So I already blended in with my surroundings, and then to do that, it was not a good time.
Oh, yeah. Good times. Good times.
Good quality.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the best memories, because I can remember that's probably the two funniest stories about prayer, like in any sort of context. Because you got that one, and then that time we were at boys' meeting back at Dave's, and then good old Phil Barsoon was praying, and he went to say D Jesus, he said D Jason. And so we all
When did that happen?
really?
When?
You guys don't remember this was years ago.
No. I would never
We're
forget
outside.
that.
We're all got our heads bowed. He's like, "All right, guys, let's pray." D Jason. We're all grinning.
That's brilliant.
And we were just grinning ear to ear so
That's
bad. But we're grinning ear to ear, waiting the second set of amen. Like, Jason! Jason!
Wait up, yeah, Jason. Wait up.
But we like that was, and then that happened first. I think the one for after every time we see Phil, a lot of time my boys will go, bro. Remember that time you prayed? Every time he prays now, I think I hope if he says Jason again, it'd be like a good time.
I don't even know that.
I don't
I don't
remember
know that. I want to ask him
Yeah, I'm
about
usually
it.
there.
How long ago was this?
Oh, it's been years ago. But yeah, you guys would have been there. I'm not very surprised.
Jason.
I'm
Jason.
What a
I'm
moron.
shocked by this. This is mad.
Yeah.
That's great, Jason. Sir Jason. It's not that hard.
It isn't. But when you're under a lot of pressure,
What pressure?
look, I was speaking in front of a few hundred people. Phil, I don't know what his excuse is.
Yeah. If you had no excuse, you had a bit of an excuse. That's what 300,
Yeah.
200, 300 at the time at the
Sean
graduation.
woke up and chose violence. He went straight for Phil's jugular. Right?
Yeah.
God has many names and you can't get it right.
He's known by so many names.
That is a great point. That is a great
Just
point.
pick one,
He's known
mate.
by so
Stop
many
making it
names in
up.
the Bible, and they've gone with Sir and Jason. So
That's hilarious.
Jason.
We had one job.
honestly, one job.
Yep.
One job. Nah, good times. Mate, school was fun, but
It was.
school was very
It
fun.
was, yeah.
Probably the best times of my life.
Oh, easily.
Would you go back in a heartbeat?
Yeah.
I feel like life past school is better though. Listen, the best part about school for me was like the bludge, the hangout, the boys,
That's what you
having
do,
a
right?
laugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like life since high school has been so much better. You know what I mean? Like quality wise.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Like I am nostalgic for high school. I would go back in a heartbeat if you gave me the chance. I'd love to go experience it again. But I love life. To go out.
you
hang
wouldn't
out with
experience it,
the boys.
Goose? Your
Nah, Goose
face
hates
is...
high school.
Bro, I believe it or not, I remember walking into kindergarten. I was what, 5? I looked up, I looked at the school, I looked at my classmates. I'm like, I can't believe I had 13 years of this.
Wow.
And
So
it
it's
was
fun.
it was all downhill from there, let me tell you. Every day got worse. Every day.
Did you ever pee your pants at school?
I think that day I peed my pants out. I'm not even
Oh,
lying.
the day you finished school in year 12? Is that
yeah,
what you're talking about?
that day, yeah.
Bro, I remember my first day of kindergarten. Obviously, I bawled my eyes out because I didn't want to go to school. And
You were
yeah,
one
my-
of those?
Yeah.
I hated the kids that cried.
Yeah, and my kindergarten teacher
walk in.
shoved me in the line. Like I was standing like 3 meters from something. She just came and she like pushed me. She
Like you
she
shoved
popped out my shoulder.
Like you shoved one of the kids on Sunday?
Oh,
Bro,
your shoulder.
No. This was insane. We were practicing a song for the Christmas Carol service, right? I'm leading a song with all the kids, all 50 of
What
them.
can I ask though? What does music practice have to do with, like, why are you shoving kids during that time?
One of the kids in the front
deserve it.
where I
row.
was.
One of the kids in the front row. This kid's 4 or 5 years old. He's young. He's
So
in
he's in
kindergarten.
kindergarten.
He's in kindergarten. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's a 5-year-old. He yells at random points. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I have high expectations for 5-year-olds, clearly, because
Yeah,
I
obviously.
was
He was
livid.
livid. He lost his
Livid.
mind.
That's
He
a
walks.
very good
He
adjective.
walks straight up to the kid and shoves him. Just pushes
He
him.
wasn't paying attention.
Stop.
He was not paying attention.
You crumpled the kid.
That's a lot right there. But we're practicing a song. The kids are practicing a song, and look, I love the energy that like they just yell certain parts of the song where they're just meant to sing it.
There's a part of the song where they say joy like 17 times.
But they get a bit loud. They're meant to get a little bit loud when you say joy, like it's just to emphasize that part of the song. But he screams it, and then he doesn't know the rest of the song because he's passionately used every bit of his voice to scream joy.
Yeah.
So and we've practiced this song. I think it was like 5 times all up. So maybe about the third or fourth time,
And the same day he means like
within 20 minutes.
yeah.
It's a very short song. Bro, this kid would not stop screaming, and then he would just like get distracted. And I kept looking at him, and I gave him like a lot of warnings. So I was like, "Oi, like that, like, enough." Kept going.
I'm standing there song leading, seeing this at the corner of my eye. Like what's he gonna do to him? He's
Then-
gonna kill him.
Then
Hang on,
he
Joe,
just-
put the camera on me. He did this.
He's gone.
Yeah, I was ready to left, right, good night him. All right, I'm there, and then I'm gonna. Surely he'll get it. I've given him dirties. I got Ryan next to me, a little Ryan over next to me. He's giving me dirties as well, giving the kid dirties.
They want to kill a 5-year-old.
Because I
He
was
deserves
just sing it, don't scream. We've said it since 6 weeks ago. Anyway, he screamed again, and then he was like looking around or talking, but I don't know what came about. I forgot I was in Sunday school. Like, I come and I just with every bit of me. I just went and I shoved him. I go, look at the front. Screamed at him. And he just like, and then he just sat at the front. And I'm like, oh, good. And then straight away, the second the course came around, Joy, he screamed again. And I go, that's it. I better walk away because I'm going to kill him.
I looked at
I was livid.
halfway through the song. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Oh, I saw you from choir.
Hey?
When I'm upstage on choir, I see everything. There's a lot of kids falling, a lot of kids tripping, a lot of kids getting shoved by Nathaniel. A lot of kids.
Yeah. I just go
It's a
around the church.
circus.
I just go around the church apparently, and any kid I see, I just give a little shove. Get out of here, bro. Yeah, man. I was livid. Not happy.
So don't be.
But then I had to like kind of realise, okay, look, I'm in church. I can't really be shoving 5-year-olds, but that's besides the point. Look, it was, hey, to be fair, it was a funny conversation around lunch, so
Hey,
do it for the memories.
yeah, until you get kicked out of the kids ministry. when
until
the
then,
safety committee
We got a
goes
few
about this.
complaints by the parents, but we told them to take it to Google.
That's a fair
Screw
point.
that.
Livid. It's a good word.
That's
Thanks.
a very good adjective.
Very good word. You know who was livid this weekend?
Who?
Seth Rollins.
Alright,
See
we're talking about
the
this.
segue? Say the segue.
Hey,
So, Shaun, you don't watch WWE anymore, do you?
No.
Did you ever watch WWE?
2004, yes.
Oh, wow. You remember?
Yeah.
2004, that was
Year of the
prime,
Dogs.
bro. That was really good.
Year of the Dogs.
Yes.
I watched it. That's when
The camera's
Lesnar
nowhere
came
near
in.
us.
That's when
Year of the
Lesnar was still
Dogs.
there. Kurt Angle was peak.
Yep.
Very good.
Yeah, it was a good
Great
year.
year.
Anyway, we watch WWE on the regular. We like it a lot. Why are you laughing at that?
But like you laugh at that, but I have a bit of a sickness. Like I don't just watch WWE. I watch WWE.
He watches everything.
I watch AEW.
Really?
I watch TNA. I watch New Japan. I watch Stardom. I watch GCW.
He
There's
watches
a
some.
lot.
He
I've-
watches
I've-
some random.
Now you're
promotion.
just spitting out acronyms that I'm not understanding.
He
Yeah,
watches
I know.
ABC,
Yeah.
SBS.
There we go.
1, 2, 3.
No, I have immense myself. Like I started watching it properly in like 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
But
I
this
know.
guy watches everything. Like,
But now I can't stop. Now I watch all of them.
Yeah.
I'm sick in the head.
Anyway, so about
Oh,
what
that's
9, 10 years ago,
Mhm.
CM Punk leaves WWE.
Not
Oh, yeah,
19.
yeah.
19?
10.
No, 9 to 10 years ago.
Oh,
It was about 10 years
19. No.
See, this is why you need the headphones on so you can hear
What's
what
the
I'm saying.
point if one ear works? I'm talking like this.
Because you'll hear
You'll
nine.
hear it out of 1 year.
I can hear out of both ears.
No, obviously not. Anyway, about 9 or 10 years ago, a very prominent wrestler, Shaun, leaves the company.
Yeah.
But he leaves it
He's the best in the world.
in the worst way possible. You know how they say when you leave an employer, don't burn your bridges?
Yeah, he burnt
He
everything.
burnt
He,
stadiums.
he does the famous pipe bomb.
Burn arenas, man.
He sits at the top of a ramp with a microphone and blasts everyone.
Company, the bosses,
The company, employers, everything.
son-in-law, you name it. Blast everyone.
Goes, does his thing for a few years, and now he's back.
So he goes, he tries out UFC. Goose, 2 fights he had? Or was there more than 2 fights?
2 fights.
Yeah,
He
2
lost
fights. He
them,
lost
didn't
both?
Yeah,
Wow.
in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, he wasn't good at
He
all.
was horrendous.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he then? Because I just want to make sure I'm getting the information right. Did he then commentate? Not UFC, but like other sort of MMA.
Not that I
Top
know of.
promotions?
If he did, they were small. But not
Smaller,
that I know
yeah,
of.
but it wouldn't be like UFC. No way.
No,
You
no
can't fight
chance.
it. They're going to get
No
commentate.
chance.
No.
Like, yeah, so then he went, and then there was a period of a couple of years where he went quiet, and then All Elite Wrestling started, AEW.
Yeah.
So as they're trying to build up the company, he was negotiating with their boss there, Tony Khan, and then he signed with All Elite Wrestling. And that was crazy. Like, I don't know if you've seen, I think I showed you the return of a few weeks ago, but in his return, there were adults like bawling their eyes out
Wow.
from his return.
Wow.
Yeah, because they all watched him when they were young, and the fact that he's
Yeah,
back,
of
and he
course.
said he was never going to come back to pro wrestling. Made a massive deal. That first year, like when he came back, he's like, I'm gonna fight all the young talent. Like I'm gonna, build up these young guys to see, how they go. And then that kind of first year, that was his aim. He did all that, and then after that, bit of beef. Like he did a press conference where he called out like the EVPs, like their names Kenny Omega, Young
But
Bucks.
I'm sorry, that's him. Like, he creates problems wherever he goes.
Yeah. So then what happened was in that press conference where he called them out after, the EVPs walk in to kind of like see what's going on, and they get into a massive punch on. Massive punch on. So they all get. So in that time, he's also told his triceps.
those old school punch-ons where they like would record it like what was his name, Vince McMahon, and he's in hospital and he gets
Oh, like this
Is
kid. No. This one was like a legitimate.
This was legit.
This wasn't on camera.
This wasn't storyline. This
It's
wasn't
on camera now.
Yeah,
Yeah. So this was full
like,
legitimate.
storyline.
Huh?
They should have done a storyline.
All
the
of
morons.
WWE's storyline.
Okay, I did not know that.
So how it all goes is like they're storylines that build up to a big match. But this guy was not happy anywhere he was,
Okay.
and he created dramas at AEW again.
Yeah, so then they had this massive fight. In that same, not that fight, but I think that match he tore his tricep. So he was suspended for like 6 to 9 months. And then the guys that he had a fight with, they couldn't sit together and resolve the issues. So there was massive drama. So they ended up creating a third show in AEW so that it was just for CM Punk. So he did that for a little bit. And then there was another incident that happened with another wrestler at their biggest pay-per-view, All In London, with like 80,000 people, backstage, another punch-on, over like a disagreement of, you know, just something so silly. They ended up terminating his contract.
He's just notoriously rubbish to work with.
Yeah.
So that's what he's known for. Like anyone, like he can't, right? So there was a lot of negotiation and, or does he come back to WWE? Does he go to TNA? Does he go to these other promotions? Whatever. And then Survivor Series. So one of the pay-per-views was the Survivor Series, War Games, and it was in Chicago. So there was massive, like, oh, he's been terminated from there. He's going to be there 100%. But it was all talk or speculation.
Chicago's his hometown.
He's from Chicago. So, cool. Anyway, pay-per-view happens. Obviously, you said you watched it back in 2004. So you remember Randy Orton.
Yeah.
So he's been out for 2 years with spinal fusion surgery. So he has spinal fusion surgery. He was out for 2 years.
Bro.
So no slithering for Randy.
Nah.
No, but he came back.
Sean, he came back.
He
and-
came back jacked.
Yeah, full
Bro.
jack.
Like jacked.
Wow.
Like
Like, it's
I'm going to show
some-
Shaun
wow.
how jacked.
Wow.
Machine. Yeah.
Bro.
First.
Oh, I saw his video. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, nuts. Ray will get proper photo
This
now. I'll show
guy
you.
is stunning. Let me try to
Anyway.
get a photo.
And then, so they have like the main event. It's like a 2-3 hour pay-per-view. They have the main event. It's all done. And then they put up, like when they see like the credits in the corner, like, oh, that's the end. So like, oh, okay, so he's not coming back. And then all of a sudden, Punk's music hits. Now, the biggest reason why it's such a big deal, you look at, yeah, Randy, Machine.
Right.
Wow.
But the reason it's such a big deal is because he caused so many issues with WWE when he left, and outside the company did a podcast, talked rubbish, and berated them for years.
He spent 10 years.
He showed you it, yeah?
Yeah. He spent 10 years talking crap about WWE.
Yeah.
10 years just ripping them apart constantly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, did a podcast as soon as he left on the podcast.
Yeah, with Colt Cabana in 2011. Yeah, so like there was, and everyone's like, there's no chance, there's no way they're going to mend the
bridges.
nothing like that.
Yeah.
No chance.
Next thing you know, his music hits, and the crowd erupts. Oh, I was like, what? Like, there's always talked about, it was rumored, but you just don't know if it was actually going to happen. And then it happened, and we were like, what the heck?
It was crazy.
Craziest moment.
I don't like him.
Probably the biggest moment of the year.
Yeah.
In pro wrestling.
I don't like him
Yeah.
at all because of he's crap.
Yeah.
Like, stop making problems. But man, is he good. When he came back, the way he interacted with the crowd, the way he received he popped, man.
He's the best on the mic.
And bro, then his return on the mic, oh my goodness.
Yeah, brilliant.
Growing up, he was my favorite. When he
Yeah.
had the long hair, ECW,
Yeah, that's
when
right.
he had the heavyweight championship,
When Paul Heyman was in his corner.
and then when he cut his hair and got Paul Heyman, he was excellent.
Okay, so
Very good
then the question is, does he deserve to be back?
Yes,
Why?
because he's the best in the world.
No, okay, that's his gimmick, but does he deserve to be back? I don't think he's the best. I think Randy Orton's the best of all time.
Oh yeah. No, that's fair.
Look, when you talk about
There's a
best
lot
of all time and
time.
legends and that, yeah, we're
You're
not going
talking
that category.
Undertaker. You're talking.
Yeah,
But
so-
that's of
like
course.
Shawn
But that's what I'm
Michaels,
saying.
Triple H,
So
like-
like the best in the world, I don't buy that crap. I'm saying, does he deserve it? When you cause that many problems with your employer, with the people around you, the people you work with, do you deserve another chance?
Well, Vince McMahon. Well, more Triple H thought so because he took after Vince McMahon, and he said, "We do what the fans want."
Yeah, and we do what's best for business.
Yeah, and what was the stats? Most viewed online.
Yeah, most of it online.
Hey, listen,
That's what he draws.
I cannot argue that. I cannot argue that.
From a business perspective.
I think business-wise, genius decision. I'm not saying it was a bad decision at all for them to bring him back in regards to business. I'm saying long-term, was it a smart play? Because from what I can gather, he's going to do it again. He's done it twice.
Well, that's at the moment. That's what he's notorious for. So that's the big.
So has he actually changed?
Well, we're only 3 weeks in.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we'll
Right,
find
3-4
out.
weeks in. So that first year he was in AEW, he was like near perfect because he did matches almost weekly. He promoted younger talent. He was very good, and then things
But then
happened in
his
between.
ego
so
gets the
it's
better
too
of
early
him.
to say whether he will actually be the best thing to ever happen or be the worst thing to ever happen. We don't know.
Put it this way: if they don't give him WrestleMania, it will show a lot.
He'll get WrestleMania.
He'll get WrestleMania.
I
It's
know he
CM
have to.
Punk.
Yeah.
it's the biggest card that WWE ever do, the biggest pay per view. To not have CM Punk is silly, right? So he'll be there. Why I think it's a good idea is because time heals.
I'm all for it.
But this is the thing, right? Because with Vince McMahon and Bret Hart, they had some massive issues where Bret, I'm never coming back, and I'm never going to forgive him, and this and that. And Vince was saying the same thing, I'll never bring him back. But hell froze over.
So cold as well.
See, I'm all for that. I'm all for time heals wounds, this, that. I'm all for that.
I feel like you're not though.
But it was just a few months ago. It was just a few months ago when he did it again.
But it's his last
Not
chance.
to WWE, but he did it to AEW. So obviously things haven't changed.
When it comes to attitude, you can take a risk because there's a lot of superstars that had problems, not attitude,
100%.
drugs, and they brought him back and they kept stuffing up. Like Eddie Guerrero, Ali Hummel, I love him, man. They brought him back and he was excellent.
Viva la raza.
Yeah, like he had massive issues. But they brought him back.
Yeah,
He was excellent. He won the world title and then he died. And we don't know why he died. Heart attack. They're probably speculating drugs. He had a long history of drugs. We don't know. And then you have the likes of Jeff Hardy.
I was about to bring up Jeff Hardy.
Constant.
Alcohol issues, yeah.
And look, they both failed. So that's what I'm saying, bro.
But Hardy has gone to AEW, and then he also had another alcohol fuel incident.
It's just constant with him.
Yeah. So for me, again, we talk about business. Punk's brilliant for business, right? We'll talk about that. For a wrestling capacity, it's too early to tell whether it will be a success. So far, he's showing the right signs. But again, he did that in AEW early on. But why I think this will actually be different is because he knows that if he screws up at WWE now,
He's done.
I believe he may be done. You think logically...
The only people that would take him would be someone like a TNA. Or
because
an
TNA
Impact.
will put in big money to get him
Yeah, that's
before
right.
he said, I want to get WWE. He was in deep discussions with TNA.
Yep.
I had coffee with CM Punk, he told me. No. But that's how it is.
Joe, being someone that never saw CM Punk ever, what do you think?
Oh, well, he's great. I love him, bro.
He's loving him right now.
He's two promos, whatever. Bro, they've been phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's been unreal.
The one he did with Seth just on Monday.
Yeah, that was
Raw.
Oh my word.
And unscripted. Rollins, the reaction at Survivor Series when Rollins saw him, obviously very like excessive and whatever.
It was played.
Yeah, but as well,
It was a work.
he was very, very particular on, I hate this guy.
Yeah.
With
It
every
was
fibre
very
of my
smart.
being.
It was very smart.
And the fact that he came out in that promo and said, just to make it very clear, I know I'm a bit emotional, but I hate you. It's fantastic.
It's like when Shaun met me. He tells a story on
And me.
tells a story on Talk to Me. I say, hey Shaun, I just want to let you know, and he goes, Ray, will you just shut up?
That's very good. That's very good.
He's not the first or last person
Look,
to say
Joey, you and I haven't seen Talk to Me yet. Can you tell us that story?
Yeah, no.
All right.
But yeah, big on CM Punk coming to WWE. Big on what he's going to do. Excited for his feud with Rollins, potentially WrestleMania, and then maybe Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, the Tribal Chief. Big things happening. Big things happening.
Listen, it's good
Wrestling
stuff.
2023
Has been
in
good.
every sort of promotion has been amazing.
2024 is going to rip Joey Elimination Chamber, baby. It's
boys are going to Perth.
happening.
You going to Perth? You going as well?
Bro, I got so much on my plate.
Just eat it.
This house is gonna. Hey,
Trust me, I'm eating. Trust me, I'm eating.
Oh, we know.
Like it's for
nah. He just did something there, bro. That's
What'd he
good. There's so much on your plate. Just
eat
eat it, bro.
Just eat it and get
Just
on with it.
get on.
Wow.
Wow. That's
That's good
great.
preaching.
That's
Gotta say,
convicting.
bro, someone's just a pretty face.
Convicting. Listen, Shaun, we've spoken a lot about things that you don't know much about.
Yes.
Wrestling. I want to talk about one thing you do know about.
Yeah.
Zac Efron.
You know what? It's a good year to be a wrestling fan, to be a Zac Efron fan, to be a Godzilla fan. There's so much going on.
Well, listen, he just got his Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
Godzilla?
Yeah.
Yeah. He got his big foot and they imprinted it and did it all.
I would actually tune into this conversation.
Wow.
Yeah, listen, I'm sorry, you're going to
No,
tune
that's
out
okay.
for 2
That's
seconds,
fine.
but this is, I really want to know Shaun's opinion. It happened a few days ago. He got his Hollywood Walk of Fame star. Actually, you can answer this question too, because you've seen a fair few of his movies.
Yeah.
Now, to get your Hollywood Walk of Fame star, I don't know if you know this, you need to be, get this, you need to be, what's the word?
An actor?
Nominated? No. Be a musician, sports star, anything.
Oh, true that, Michael Jackson.
You just, yeah. Muhammad Ali's got one.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah. So you need to get nominated, but then you pay for your own star. pay for their own stuff.
How much they pay?
I don't know. A lot of
crazy
money.
amount.
That's like at the UFC. I won some prize and I had to pay for my own prize. The shirt.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want a shirt?
You
Anyway,
want a shirt, $70. Oh, what a win!
What a bargain.
What a discount from 70
anyway,
to 50.
so he got his Hollywood Walk of Fame star,
Yeah.
which got me thinking: is he actually a good actor?
Oh, the best.
The best.
I love him.
Zac Efron, the best.
He's
you,
very
You
good.
throw around superlatives like they're nothing.
I
like
love
they
that.
mean,
That's a
like
very
they mean
good
jack.
adjective, by the way.
I'm trying to use good words around you because you're a teacher.
Yes.
Stats done well with livid.
Yeah.
I tried superlative. You throw them around like they're nothing.
He's very good.
He is very
But
good.
the best? I
But
don't
the
watch movies,
best?
but the best?
Habibi, I can't name the best. I'm just saying he's the best.
Bro, Russell Crowe. He's
good.
Not Vin Diesel. Wow, that would have been really
Wow,
bad.
family.
Denzel Washington.
Yeah,
Vince
he's
Vaughn.
good. Zac Efron, excellent.
Who's your favourite?
Is Zac Efron actually a good actor?
I think he is. He's got good range. Like, when you look at a bunch of his movies,
Yeah.
and he's played so many different roles. Now, I've not seen a lot of his recent works.
Now, Stat and I and you have a chat on WhatsApp, the High School Musical crew, because
Yep.
apparently
Do we still have that chat?
it's somewhere.
I didn't delete it. Did you?
It's still there.
That's a chat going back a long time ago.
It is kind of a long time ago because we went to Shaun's house and watched all three of them. Grown ass men.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah. You can bet on it.
That was good. Come on, that was good. All right, so he's decent there.
Was it actually a chat? I could have sworn we never
I
had
don't.
chat.
I don't know where we put it. Either way, we know
I
him
wasn't
from
a part of this chat. I love High School Musical.
Oh, sorry.
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 See how it is.
That's okay. The famous walkout. Wouldn't be surprised.
He's
Would
gonna
not
do.
be
He's
surprised.
gonna do a pipe bomb on.
Yeah,
his
would not be
phone.
surprised. We'll have to make a few phone calls to if you have any concerns.
Anyway,
Organising
so
meetings.
all right, we got High School Musical.
There.
Yeah.
We've got. You're an idiot. You guys are got High School Musical. You've seen him in what do you call it? That other musical movie.
Great
Oh, 17 again.
Oh, that's a good one.
Great movie.
That's a
I
good
love
one.
it. I'm all-
But he was basically.
I know Matthew
But,
Perry, bro.
yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to the girl you
Yeah.
used to see.
But he was basically what's his name? Troy Bolton in that movie too.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
17
I just I actually don't
Basketball
remember.
player in high school.
Oh.
But The Greatest Showman,
Yep.
Oh, yeah, very good in that.
he was very good in that.
See, the best.
You know what else he was very
seen
good
that
in? A
movie.
lot of people
I'm
didn't
sorry.
see it. Was that Ted Bundy movie?
Yes.
That was
He
very
was
good.
very good there.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I think he's a good actor, but I think he has a terrible agent. His agent hasn't given him anything to work with. The first thing he gave him to work with was. You're right.
Yeah, I'm just listening.
Sorry, you're laughing with it. I don't know what's going
George is
on.
happy to see me.
Okay. His agent gave him nothing until that Ted Bundy movie, and now he's given him some range with the Iron Claw and all
No,
these.
he done
other
that movie
movies.
Gold in Australia. He done a few
Did you watch it?
documentaries. No.
See what I'm saying? He
That's
hasn't
very
done
emphatic.
any-
No, that was very passionate.
No, like I've seen it and I'm like, okay.
That's what I'm saying, though. His agent hasn't given him anything to work with, so he's a good actor.
The best.
Look, he's got the potential. He has the triple threat. He can sing, act, and dance.
Well, we're talking about Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin.
Oh,
He got his star too.
Yeah, that I saw, and his mum in Home Alone was there to
that's
do
cute.
that photo. Yeah, that was like a
That's
Throwback
very cute.
Thursday, way back
Yeah.
Wednesday, Flashback Friday. That was
Wow.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Wow.
He
That
got
was-
his-
Came out
he-
with like a dress off.
He really got his life back together, bro.
Yeah.
He went through Drug City,
Heather?
Yeah.
and now he's got a wife and kids.
Macaulay Culkin, Cuzzy.
Put the
Home Alone.
headphones on.
Home Alone, Home
Put
Alone.
the headphones on. If you can't hear,
No,
put the
I
headphones
heard,
on.
but I don't know how to say his name. Who is this guy? I don't know who he
Macaulay
is.
Culkin, Home Alone.
guy.
Yeah, I know Home Alone.
The kid. The famous kid that stays home when
Kevin
everyone goes to
McAllister.
doctor.
So he made a few movies, then went on drugs and got a star.
Yep.
No, went on drugs, recovered, fixed his life up. He's got a wife. He's got a kid. He's looking
And
good.
that deserves a star.
Maybe I should start doing drugs,
He's
come
got
back,
the
and then get a
star.
star.
So the point of the stars is anyone that's affected pop culture in a massive way. If you're telling me he didn't affect pop culture in a massive
did.
way,
He did.
there we go.
He did.
I was going to do before, but I'm not getting my car.
Joe, how long are we in this thing?
45.
Oh, 45. We got a dinner to get to.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, all right, we'll do it in 5-10 minutes.
No, you got to go to your dinner.
No. But Shaun, before we do, there was something I wanted to talk about.
Gratitude.
That's the one. Thank you,
Wow.
sir. I lost
I
it.
thought I was waiting for you to
Gratitude?
segue it.
Attitude?
Your attitude. Get him.
See, just as
Eddie, bro.
just
Eddie.
as bad as CM Punk's attitude is, and just as bad as your attitude is with these headphones, many Christians out there do not have a good attitude when it comes to gratitude. You want to segue? That's a segue.
Don't ever touch me again in your life. I'll break your hand. Sorry.
Like CM Punk?
Very passionate today.
That was good preaching.
Thank you. No, I've been thinking a lot about gratitude. I think it's something that the Lord's put in my heart recently, because I'm starting to look at my life and think about all the good and the bad that's happened. A lot of bads happen, a lot of goods happen, even in recent weeks. And I've just been sitting there thinking to myself, how often do we just sit back and thank God for everything?
Yeah.
It's not something that happens a lot, bro. A lot of people tend to forget. That's why there's that story of the 10 lepers and the 9 going away, the 1 returning and saying thank you. I think about all the times we pray for God to help us through stuff. He helped me through something recently, right? I was going through something and I was begging him for help, man. I was begging him. I was like, Lord, I need you to please just take care of this situation. Don't let things get out of hand. I need you to really hone in on it. And bro, he did in the most comfortable way. Like no one would have noticed. No one would have thought anything. And I just sat back and I thought, and I prayed for 2-3 days. I just said, thank you. Oh Lord, honestly, thank you. You didn't have to. You took away all my anxiety, because I went through a bit of anxiety with I was losing my mind, just a personal thing. And then he sorted it out, gave me peace, and I was like, Lord, I can't thank you enough.
Yeah.
I think we forget about that. We tend to spend so much time praying and asking God for stuff and asking him to answer prayer, and he does it, but then we just move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
It's so important we sit back and say thank you, man.
And you know what, though? I think that's also how our society has wired us, because it's always, we're hanging on for that next thing to come out, and then it does. We're like, yeah, that's great, but what's next? And then you get to that point, you're like, yeah, it's great. What's next? Like even when you're talking about the wrestling and all these upcoming events, or all this speculation that's happening. Is CM Punk going to make it? Isn't he? What about these events? Like you get that hype. And if it doesn't happen, you go, okay, that's all right. What's next? Or if it does happen, you're like, okay, what's next for him? You know what I mean? And that's just how we're sort of being programmed, I guess. Like you see so many other things, like as a consumer, you just buy the latest something, but then it's also 6 months later or 12 months later, the latest one comes out, and it makes it obsolete. Phones and technology is a very easy example of that. Like you've just bought a new phone, and then it's like, that's great. 6 months later, another company comes out, or that same company, and the one that you've just bought, spent a couple $1,000s on, is now obsolete. Is how they advertise it. So then you get excited for the next thing, and yeah, I think it makes it hard then for us to be able to reflect, and being able to be grateful for what we've got. Because while we're so focused on, yeah, but what if this one has exactly what I want, or if this is better, then I'm going to go with that one. We're not actually saying, well, thank you for actually providing me with the means to get what I've already got, and I think that's really, really tough. And I also think about things like our jobs. It's very, like, that is, I think, one of the easiest things to fall into that trap. Like, there are some mornings I'm on my way to work, and I'm just like, I am so tired. I cannot be bothered teaching these kids. Or I think I've got to deal with that one kid. And so I start to, in my mind, think negatively. And so what I find, is really humbling is when you actually say, well, thank you, God, for the fact that I actually have a job. It's easy to see the negatives. It's easy to be put off from what you have, because you think, oh, it's not good enough. What if I go here and this is better? You buy a new car and you think, oh man, I could have, if I saved up a little bit more money, I could have gotten a nicer car. But at the end of the day, we're not grateful. Like we start to sort of forget.
We're chasing the next thing over and over and over again. Yeah.
And so I think, it's really hard. Like you even see it with Moses and the Israelites. Like they're begging for freedom from Egypt, and then God gives them Moses, who then takes them out of Egypt, and they watch as he parts the sea. They follow, They get to the other side. They watch as the sea closes over again, and they are safe. Now they're wandering through the desert, you know, and very quickly, like straight away, they're already complaining. We're hungry. We're thirsty. Where are we going to sleep? And the Bible talks about it. Talks about how the manna came from heaven and landed right there in front of them. And it's like, how do you not see that? How do you not receive that and go, whoa?
Yeah, and we fall into that every day. We fall into that every day, bro. We just get so comfortable with what we got, and then we're like, all right, what's the next thing? Lord, yeah, done.
And that's not just a modern thing. Like, that's back in Egypt. And then they get to a point where they're begging. Some of them are starting to think, maybe we should have just gone, we should just
go back to Egypt.
Like, you know, weren't you 6 months ago complaining that you were enslaved? Now you're free, but you're not grateful, and you're complaining you want to go back to being a slave. You want to lose that freedom. You know, for what? Because you're not giving thanks to God for what He's provided you. Like,
Yeah, it puts you in that mindset, Juicy.
It's a lack of humility, and selfishness comes when you're thinking of yourself.
It's a big one. It's a big one. Selfishness is a big
And
player.
what are the two greatest commandments? Correct me if I'm wrong. Love God and love your.
Neighbor as yourself. Yeah.
There's nowhere there where it says love yourself. And when you start loving yourself and you're thinking about yourself above all,
That's where it starts.
pride kicks in, selfishness kicks in.
Gratitude. For the last 3 or 4 months, I've been thinking about, you know how Ray, you mentioned earlier, you talk about thanking God for the good and the bad. Boys, how often do you guys, and that's obviously rhetorical, don't want to answer, but how often do you sit back and think about a trial, either you're going through or you're about to go through it, and sit back and thank God for that trial?
It's a fair point.
Because I'll be honest with you, I don't know why I have been thinking about it for the last 3 or 4 months heavily, and thinking, I've been through one particular trial in the last over 7 years, and I think to myself, God, I've actually said to God, I've thanked you for this trial maybe 4 times in 7 years.
Wow. Yeah. And I think it was Paul that said it. You know, that I've been counted worthy to go through this.
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing, man. And it's easy to look back. Like, I thank God all the time for that car accident. I really do, because He turned me into something I never thought I could be. But during it, are we thanking God day by day as we are going through that trial?
Because let me tell you, I'm not a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And I think when we in our own little trials, I would
So good.
I would like to think that a lot of us, and it's normal.
Yeah.
It's not like, how dare you, but it's normal to not be thankful
Such
in
a
the
good
time. It's
point.
like, God, just get me through this and let me just move forward. I don't, like you're saying, like you're waiting for the next, like what you were saying earlier, Shaun.
So that's the issue there. So then how do you do it?
How,
Bro, you're a person listening to this right now. All right, we know the issue. How do you just become more grateful, especially during those times of trials?
James chapter 1 verse 2 says, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations.
Brother.
That verse, when that got shown to me very early on in this trial, Dave Fagali, I was at his house, we were sitting one-on-one, and I was at a point where I wanted to quit on God and give up on everything. And I said to him, I'm done with it. And then he pulled out a Bible verse. I said, no, Dave, I'm done. I don't want to, I don't want to give you a Bible verse. And he said that, and he pulled out James chapter 1 verse 2, where it says that, and then he says, knowing that the trial of your faith worketh patience, and that let patience have its every good work, or something along those lines in verse 4. But he showed me that, and it was to say, you know what, God, you're going to mold me and make me into the man that you want me to be from this trial.
Yeah.
And I think that's how you got to look at it. So for those listening at home, for me personally, it was trying to focus on when the resolution happens, how much you're going to grow in that period, or through God's grace, and nothing of your own. That's the biggest thing that I've learned. That is, if you're going through a trial, as tough as it may be, no matter what it can be, you have to, well, of course, put it before God in prayer, in fasting, which we've spoken a fair bit about on the podcast. You know. But also know that at the end of the day, it's for God to get the glory and for us to be better from that trial. But all through God's grace, nothing of our own works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think what it is, it's really pulling back, taking a step back, and just thanking God in general, and then really saying, God, you know what? There is a reason for this. I don't know what that reason is, and I may not know when I get to till I get to heaven what that reason was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's if you can make me a better person from it, no matter how long it may take, and we sometimes like, oh God, no matter how long this trial takes, you can mold me.
Yeah.
I was saying it like, oh, it'll be like a year, maybe 2 years. I'm still here, almost 7.5 years. Sorry, before 7 years. No, actually, but just a tick over 7 years.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, like you get really emotional, you get passionate. Oh God, however long it takes, but it's been exhausting. 2-3 years in, you're like, God,
Yeah,
I
it's
just
rough.
want to understand.
It's rough.
You know, but it's the mindset of just being in continuous prayer, in reading, in your people that you can count on as spiritual advisors. For that, because you know what? Because we look at things from, that's why I do a lot of talking, but we look at things from one perspective all the time. When we're emotional, and in our trial, we just look at this. However, we look at it just from that perspective. But many times I've gone and spoken to Dave, who I am so incredibly thankful for.
Yeah.
Where he said to me, "What about this?" And it's made me like go back and be like, God, like I've been so emotional and so narrowly focused on this particular area that I've forgotten of how good you are to me in so many other areas. And then that's when we fall short and we're like, you know what? I've let this consume me with every fiber of my being.
Yeah.
You know, so it's about, for me, it's about taking a step back every so often and just thinking about, like, you see all the turmoil that happens in the world and you see of everything going on. I don't need to name specifics, we all know, but that's when for me it's like, you know what, thank God that I'm here in a country like Australia where I'm safe, where you've protected me, you've protected my family, you've protected, you know, my friends. I get to go to church without any fear of persecution, where I can open up your word freely. And then bit by bit, when we get to that trial, we start to think negative straight away, but it's like, you know what, God, you're doing a work. Thank you for the trial.
Yeah.
That's for me. That's when the gratitude really kicks in, because that's something I've been thinking about. I've actually wanted to do it for like all night prayer meeting as a devotion. Like if it ever came up, like, do we thank God in our trials?
Yeah.
And do we show God that gratitude in our trials?
That's good.
Yeah, that is. Look, I think one of the most humbling things is reading through the Psalms, especially when you talk about the Psalms of David, because some of them are written when he is, you know, literally being hunted by his own son and an entire kingdom, you know. But I've found, you know, in Psalm 103, it says, "Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name." This verse 2 is the one that I've really focused on, and it is, "Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits." The Bible commands us to not forget. And then it continues on by saying, "Who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases, who redeemeth thy life from destruction." Like, literally, all of these things that we just are very quick to forget. It's like, well, hang on. Let's just bring it back. Understand that, you know, God is working all of these things in our lives behind the scenes. We don't necessarily physically see them, but we certainly feel them. And I think when the Bible commands us to not forget, then that's a point where we need to pause and actually think, well, hang on, you know, where are we now because of God?
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
good.
And I think for me, one of my favorite things to do is remember the hymn, "Count Your Blessings," name them one by one, because then I start to think, okay, what has God blessed me with? Let me literally, now that that song has popped up into my mind, let me start listing them one by one. And suddenly my 40 minutes in the car to get to work, I'm there listing, and I'm in the dozens, in the hundreds some days, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, you know, the most minute thing, you know, we take for granted. Thank you, God, for placing me, as you said, in Australia. Thank you for my family. Thank you for the people that are in my life. And then you start to name them. You know, thank you for this person because they've done that. thank you for that person because they're serving behind the scenes at church, you know, and it starts to, I think, for me at least, I find that to be one of the most humbling things.
Naming was very important. I think that's a really good call out. Naming them.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Because how often do we just think, yeah, cool, God, thank you for this, thank you for that, and just it's more words, Goose, than anything. Like it's more, oh God, thank you for this, or thank you for dying on the cross, thank you. Like it becomes like so cheesy sometimes, but like you're saying, if you're sitting there naming them, that's most important.
Yeah, the key is remembering
Yeah.
every day. And what are you remembering? Well, praise the Lord, He's made salvation so easy. But staying right with God every day, that's the challenge. And remembering God every day in our selfish world, with our selfish mind and our sinful nature, that's the challenge. That's very, very hard. And it takes literally the Holy Spirit for us to every day be thankful. And like you were saying, the smallest thing that we can thank God for is what He's done for us. And I love how you were talking about the book of Psalms when you were mentioning about trials. If you look at Psalm 25 and verse 4, we need to remember what God's done for us because He remembers us.
Yeah.
And what does He remember us for? In verse 4, remember, O Lord, thy tender mercies and thy loving kindness, for they have been ever of old. God has always been like this. He's always remembered us. And what has He not remembered? Verse 5, remember not the sins of my youth.
Wow.
Lord, don't remember the mistakes I made because they're forgiven.
That's good.
Don't remember what I've done against you when you were on that cross and you were suffering for my sins and I blatantly sinned against you and hurt you. Please, Lord, don't remember it. Nor my transgressions according to thy mercy. But remember thou me for thy goodness' sake, O Lord. Don't remember my past, but remember me for your goodness' sake, because you're good and I am not.
Yeah.
Because you've forgiven me. Because of your mercies. He makes it very clear twice. Thy tender mercy. God has shown us mercy. We don't deserve what we've been given through God. And we need to remember it every single day to stay grateful.
Yeah, agreed.
That's good. That's good. So, ladies and gents, be grateful. Remember, and just keep going. Remembering what He's done for us, and moving forward with your relationship with Him. I don't think there's any other way to put it. Boys, this was a good one. Ladies and gents, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Don't forget about Magic Mind. Just put in the press the link, put in the code, do all that stuff, and be as good to them as they've been to us. Shaun, thanks for jumping on, have a chat.
It's been great.
Goose, thanks for jumping on, buddy.
Ciao, konnichiwa.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, apparently.
All right.
Apparently.
Thanks for having a chat, mate.